Everybody, now we are going to move on to a little game I like to call Song Association. So, the winner of this game will be able to campaign during the first voting round. So, they will win a slight advantage while votes are taking place. So, the way we play this game is each one of these slate members are going to get a word and they're going to have 10 seconds to sing a song with that word in it. For example, Sophia, your word is airplane.
Okay. Pretend like airplanes in the night sky, like shooting stars. I could really use a wish right now.
Wish right now.
Wish right now. All right.
That was beautiful. See, Sophia and I get a point. So now we're going to see if all these slates can do it. So first up is our activities director. So please come forward.
Yeah. Sam is going to take place for Sean because Sean is not able to make it today. All right. Ready? Yeah. We're starting with slate 1. Okay? Your word is gym.
Like GYM? Jumping out the gym. Okay, jumping out the gym. Let's go. Jumping out the gym. Hey, jumping out the gym. Let's go. Jumping out the gym by Migos.
Definitely earned a point.
1 point for slate 1.
All right, slate 2. Sam, your word is mask.
Mask off. Mask off. Mask off. Something mask off. Mask. Mask off.
Definitely a point.
Definitely a point.
Okay. Moving on to slate 3. Your word is floor.
Floor like F-L-O-O-R?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
On the floor. On the floor. Jeez, I don't know, but no, man, I don't know this one. I think that's time. All right, so yeah. Slate 1 has 1 point. Slate 2 has 1 point. Sorry, no points for slate 3. All right, you can all sit down. Financial advisors, can you please come up? All my financial people. Okay, slate 1. Your word is treasure.
Treasure. That is what you are. Treasure, Bruno Mars.
There you go. All right, another point for slate 1. Okay, on to slate 2. Your word is money.
Okay, what about like blew all the money on the boys in the ballet from Last Great American Dynasty, Taylor Swift?
You got to sing it.
Oh, okay. I thought I did. Did I not? Okay. Blew all the money on the boys in the ballet.
I love Taylor Swift. That's a point for slate 2. All right, slate 3, let's see if you can redeem yourself here. Your word is cash.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I think that's time. All right. Maybe slate 3 can get a point in the last round, but so far slate 1 and slate 2 are each tied with 2 points.
All right. Last but not least, student voices. All right. Slate 1. Dom, your word is shout.
Shout. Oh, twist and shout the Beatles. Come on, shake it now, baby, now shake it on, baby. Twist and shout.
Very good. That's 3 points for slate 1. All right. If you get this, you guys tie. So, your word is dance.
Animal dance all night to the best song ever. We go let's get it out.
All right, that's tied 3-3. Caroline, your word is smile.
When you smile, I smile.
Very good. Okay. So yeah, slate 3, you guys are unfortunately out of the running to win a song association, but can you two please stay up? We have one word for you guys.
This one will be first one to sing a song gets the
Raise
point.
their hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you with me? I'm going to stand in between you two.
Middle.
Okay. The word is baby.
Oh.
Baby, baby, baby. Okay, and it looks like Slate 2 is our winner for Song Association. So this means that they will be able to campaign while voting is taking place. So that is their advantage. All right, on to the next.
First up, we have the activity director's speeches. So let's see what they have planned for next year. First up, Slate 1. There you go. Do you just stand?
Huh? No, I just hold it. Just go whenever. All right. Hi, my name is Rollo Benstead, and I'm running to be your 2021-2022 Student Activities Director alongside Dominic Hirsch and Joe DeVita as Slate 1. As Activities Director, I would love to try and create events for all and every single major interest at the high school. I know our school is extremely diverse, so having activities that include all people who enjoy all different things will be extremely vital to make school fun for everyone. To try and make school somewhere that all of our students are excited to go. I know the activities we have now are very fun and exciting for some people, but not all. I want those people who don't enjoy the activities we have now to have events that they can actually look forward to going to and enjoy their time there with their peers. I've always loved school activities and events, and if you know me, you probably see me jumping around at a sports game or a dance, being the loud, energetic person that I am. I'm an avid athlete and I play 3 sports at the high school every single year. I love to participate in high school sports teams as I love the rush of all sports. The excitement and experience of sports is one thing I just could not live without, but that's just me. I want there to be programs at our school that make every one of you guys feel the exact same way that sports make me feel. I know, and for that, I really am going to need you guys' help, and I'd be extremely interested to hear what activities you guys want to see next year and what would make you guys to come to SVHS, excited to come to SVHS every single day. I would also like to plan events that involve raising awareness for problems that are occurring in the world. Some of these problems include discrimination, racism, and sexism, etc. Most recently, I helped organize, plan, and volunteer at Cancer Support Sonoma's first annual fundraiser at Gunlock Bundschuh. This is an example of something I'd like to do at the high school. Raise awareness / money, materials for people who are in need of it. As activities director, I know that I'll be able to make a difference next year, so please vote Slate 1 if you want to see the biggest change.
Well, Rollo definitely killed it. Next up, we have Slate 2, Sean Tomini.
Hello, Sonoma Valley High School. My name is Sean Tomini, and I'm running to be your Student Activities Director. With everything that has happened over the past year, activities within the school have decreased, and so has attendance. I aim to create an environment within this upcoming year that allows everyone to get involved. Through my years at school, I feel that I have amassed experience that is relevant to this position. At my previous school, I was involved in planning school dances where I learned how to work with my peers, and I was elected student body president as well, where I was able to further my leadership skills. Here within the high school, I've been involved in clubs such as Mod UN, where I'm currently vice president. However, I feel that there are many new ideas that I can bring to the table for Sonoma Valley High School with a focus on 2 main groups, the upperclassmen and the lowerclassmen. The lowerclassmen have been denied participation in many events, so in order to boost attendance, I'd like to organize events focused on them to create a layer of comfort for all the people participating, especially surrounding larger events such as homecoming. For the upperclassmen, I want you all to get back to activities as soon as possible, so one of my first plans would be, whether virtually or in person, organize a school-wide poll of what you all feel would be the best way to do that. I want to get a sense of what activities you want to expect from me, as well as being able to execute those in a way that works for everyone, so all can participate. Thank you all for the opportunity to represent you. I promise that I will give it my all when it comes to making this school as fun as it can be.
Thank you, Sean. That was a great speech. All right. Now, last but not least, from Slate 3, we have Fernie.
Yo, what up, Dragons? All right, well, you know how I usually love talking about myself? Well, this isn't about me, sadly. It's about what I'm going to do in the future, not about what I've done in the past. So let's give it a go. All right, well, my name is Fernand Alvarez, but most of you guys know me as Fernie, and the girl who does an awesome rendition of the national anthem. But this year, I'm going to be your next student activities director. I know that due to COVID, we've missed out on a lot of dances, rallies, events, and just overall social events. So it's a bump. And my goal for this year is to increase participation. And how am I going to do that? It's by making sure that I can make activities where people actually want to attend. If we want activities that involve music, we can start a Battle of the Bands competition within our school. We even have Music Fridays where at lunch we gather on the field and just blast music. You can have picnic with your friends, which is honestly kind of cool. We can start new projects on murals around the school, the classrooms, or parking lots. If you're into sports, we can hold soccer, volleyball, or even lacrosse scrimmages and intramurals while we have school. There are various amounts of talents and interests at SVHS, and it's time to embrace it. I want to take advantage and hold events that are appealing to you guys, because SVHS isn't SVHS without every single one of you guys out there. And I'm hoping that these school events, we can actually get to know our staff and our peers better. And if you need any feedback, please, I'm all ears. I'm running to be your student activities director. I want to hear your ideas. See, the thing about me is that I've already had my ideas, and I'm ready to execute them and see them come to life. I'm well aware of things that may be expensive, and that's why I'm planning to hold fundraisers to help raise more money and fund our school dances, rallies, and so much more. I have connections with the BGC, Lulu's, Pets Lifeline, and Transcendence Theater Company. I'm able to give light and more activity opportunities at our school. Also, if you want to see change and want to see new heights, vote Slate 3 and let me be your SAD.
All right, can we get one more round of applause for all our activities directors? Let me. Okay, now we are going to move on to some Dragon's Court questions. So, for those of you who don't know, Dragon's Court is made up of 10 seniors who are the top 10 ranked in the senior class. So, all the slates answered some hard-hitting questions there. So, let's take a look at those.
Okay. My name's Ella Coddington. I'm a senior on Dragon's Court, and I'm here to ask Slate 1 a couple questions. So my first question for you guys is, how are you guys planning on helping next year's sophomores get involved after their freshman year being on Zoom?
All right, I'll take this question. So as the student voice, yes, this year has been crazy and everything, and everyone is affected by it. But for the sophomore class, I think we just really need to increase school pride. So just getting everyone involved, having more events that Rolo can set up, and also having Joe as the financial advisor, that we could set aside funding for just more events that can increase school pride and increase involvement and appeal to everyone at the school, not just a select group.
Great answers. Okay. My last question is really controversial. So if you have a controversial opinion, try to hold it back a little bit. I want an answer from every one of you. Can you have pineapple on pizza?
And I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes because it adds a flavor that's not there on ordinary pizza. It adds a tangier aspect. And sometimes you just need a little break from, I don't know, what do you get, like pepperoni? Sometimes pepperoni is a little too spicy, a little too hot. Sometimes you need the pineapple to spice it up a little bit.
Completely agree. I'm going to say I'm kind of on the edge on both. I can go for a plain pizza and I can go for pineapple, but you kind of just want that sweet and savory aspect sometimes. And like that bite of pepperoni and then that bite of pineapple, it's just amazing.
I'll agree with that. I don't eat pizza very often, but if I ever were to get pizza, I definitely wouldn't put fruit on it. I don't know. Just don't think it belongs on pizza, to be fair.
Thank you for answering my questions. I'll hand it off to Mason.
All right. So I'm Mason. I'm a senior also on Dragon's Court. My first question is for Joe. How do you think your antics on the cross-country team have helped you prepare for the treasure?
Well, I think I'm not gonna lie here. I had a little rebellious streak on the cross-country team, but I think that has prepared me to overcome more challenges because I can take the smarter way towards things instead of going at it the direct, ordinary, traditional way that everyone else may go. I will find ways to work around it and find maybe a better solution to the problem.
Great answer. Okay, this question is for anyone. Who is better and why? LeBron James or Michael Jordan?
All right. So I have a different answer to this. I think Michael Jordan is like the GOAT, but I think LeBron is the best player of all time. I feel like what Michael Jordan did is like kind of unmatched, 2 3-peats, and he kind of set the tone. Like he was the original. And like for that, like you can't really compare him to anyone. And it's also hard to compare because of, the time difference, and it's totally different game than it was back then. But I physically think LeBron's the best player of all time. There's no 6'8", 250-pound guy that can do things that he's doing in his 18th year as playing. He's still a MVP front runner. I'm gonna go with LeBron as the best player of all time. But in terms of like just like pure like kind of representing the NBA, like face of the NBA, I think that's Michael Jordan.
All right, that's it.
Okay, so my question is, what do you think the most important job you have as Slate is?
Okay, I'm just gonna start off for this one because I know that they will want to add on to it. But one of our main priorities in our campaign is to bring back pride to SVHS. You know, there's definitely a lack of it in school spirit and pride, you know, whether it's just our own pep rallies or games against other schools, just that sense of like community and that you are like actually happy to be there. I feel that we definitely lack that in a lot of aspects. So that is a really big part that's super important for us.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll add on after what Elena said. So definitely the school pride aspect. We saw it last year. I think we had a good increase in it. We could see it with our sporting events. We want to make it inclusive for everyone. You can see with the spirit days that barely anyone dresses up for any of those, maybe out of embarrassment or maybe they just don't care. But we just want to get the whole school involved. And another aspect is mental health, especially with the pandemic and everything going on. And it's kind of just been a crazy hectic year, especially this month. So we just want to kind of provide support for everyone and maybe increase like counselor interactions just to help everyone get over whatever they're facing.
As the activity director, I was kind of thinking of ideas on how to kind of bring up school pride. And I was thinking about homecoming, and every homecoming I've been to, I feel like that's like the main event of the entire school year because all grades are involved and it's like a whole week. Like prom, it's only upperclassmen, but homecoming is everyone. And I kind of was thinking that the numbers that go, it's probably maximum like 500 people, I would say, 400 people, if that. And our student body is made up of over 1,300 kids. And to me, that's like an alarm going off because like that's not even half our student body going to the biggest event of the entire year. And I know that we keep sheets of everyone who goes and who doesn't go. So at the end of homecoming week next year, I would want to see those sheets and send a mass email to everyone who didn't attend and just kind of take a survey of what they would like to see and what events they would want to get them to attend. I feel like that could really help get the other probably 60-70% of our student body that doesn't enjoy the regular things or homecoming to get them to feel that excitement that I feel when it's homecoming week. I think that's super important to boost pride, to boost student morale, and hopefully that they'll respond to me and I can try to get them set up with things that will make them excited to go to school.
Awesome. Really good answers. Okay, my next question is, what is the best flavor of yerba mate and why?
Enlightenment, no question.
I agree. Enlightenment is the best. No question about that.
Easy to chug, the drink. It's the best.
I'm not gonna lie here. I've had one yerba mate in my life. And okay, I see you reacted a little bit sour to that. And that was my reaction to the drink. It kind of tasted like battery acid. And this is personal preference, so no hate against anyone in the
What
favorite
flavor was
flavors.
it?
I don't know. It wasn't
mint.
It was Rebel something? Is that a flavor?
Oh yeah, terrible. That was, you gotta try mint.
It was bad. I will not be having it again. So I'm just gonna if you get one, if you decide to get one, do not get the red Rebel flavor, whatever it is. Don't get it.
After we win, Joe, we'll throw back some yerba mates.
Yerba mates and pineapple pizza.
Yes.
All right, excellent points, everyone. I think you guys really know what you're talking about.
Hey guys, I'm Cameron. I'm a senior. And I was gonna ask this amazing group, Slate. They're all amazing athletes, and I was wondering, how do you guys think your experiences on the athletics team have built you up to be the best Slate at our school or out of the competition?
Okay, I've been injured for a large portion of my high school career, so I haven't been able to participate in as many sports as I'd like. But I definitely say that the main aspect of sporting is teamwork. It really builds a sense of teamwork and dedication. You have to bond with the people that you're working in direct contact with and really develop a sort of connection that makes you function well with each other.
All right, I'll go next. So I think my experiences, especially in high school basketball, I was a scrawny little freshman on varsity playing with grown men. And I think that really allowed me to grow my voice from not being a little puny freshman and actually commanding a team. So I think as student voice, that has helped me develop my loud voice now to reach out to everyone in the student body and talk to them and get their opinions. And also playing year-round sports, it's a dedication. I think I'll have that same dedication to the student body.
I agree with Dom on the year-round sport part. Playing year-round sports, it really helps you become a leader and makes you the go-to guy on your team. Just knowing what to do, where to be, and how to lead.
I've been playing year-round sports for as long as I can remember, probably since I was 5 or 6 years old. And then when I got to the high school, I played on 2 varsity sports and 1 JV. I was on JV basketball my freshman year. And being with so many older guys, being with seniors, 18-year-olds, as a 14-year-old, especially when I played water polo, it's pretty physical sport. I agree with Dom, and it helped me enable my voice to be heard. I had to be louder than everyone else to be noticed because of how small I was compared to everyone else. And same thing, even being on JV basketball, playing with Mason, playing with those guys, I had to really compete to just get out there, and that's made me the loud. If you know me, I'm a pretty loud guy. That's made me who I am today, and yeah, so I think sports has really helped me become a leader, and sorry, one last thing. I agree with Joe. It really helps you just find like who you are. Like playing on basketball, I wouldn't know who Mason was or really even talk to him if I wasn't on that team.
And because I was on that team, like now I know like everyone calls him silver or green finger because he's wet, and just stuff like that, you really get a sense of involvement with the school. So yeah.
Okay, well, it was great talking to you guys, and I think we're all really excited for you guys. So good luck and congratulations.
Okay, we are recording, and I'm going to mute myself, so feel free to start.
Hi, Andrew Hanghold.
I'm Alex Farah.
I'm Catherine Fonseca.
And we're all members of Dragon's Court.
Hi, nice to see you guys.
All right, first question. Leadership has had a history of struggling to work with admin, especially during COVID. How will you work to bridge this gap?
Great question, Drew. Thank you for asking that. How we're planning on working with this struggling connection between admin and the student body during COVID is to be able to participate more in meetings and faculty meetings and try to create a form of connection, since I know a lot of emails, some teachers or admin don't look at emails. So probably a group me remind or a group chat with all the admin as well to be able to participate and to communicate with them even better.
All right, second question. This one's more of a fun one. Apples or oranges?
Ooh, that's such a good question. I would go with apples. I'm more of an apple person.
Yeah, I'm more of an apple person as well.
I think there's a lot of variety you can have with apples. Peanut butter, baking with them, all of that, or just eating them by themselves.
I'm going to have to go with oranges.
Great. So I'll start off with another fun question, but this one may spark some debate. So get ready. Is water wet?
That's a really great question. I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. And it's hard to articulate my exact reasoning, but if you really think about it,
When you're within water, you don't feel wet. You just feel pretty normal. It's only after you get out of the water, then you feel wet.
I thought about this before. So if you have one molecule of water by itself, that molecule isn't wet. But if you have water, multiple molecules of water bonded together, then it's wet. So water is wet.
Yeah, I was trying to see the things that are touched by water become wet, but the water itself might not actually be wet.
But Sam is including that if you have two water molecules together, then they're wet. Interesting. Oh, so now a serious question. So COVID is obviously a developing situation. We have no idea what school is going to look like next year. So I'd like to know, how are you prepared to engage with and improve the experience of the student body next year without knowing exactly what school will look like?
I feel that one of the issues that we had this year is we didn't get enough engagement through announcements and all of that for clubs, for activities, all of that. So one of our plans would be to make sure that gets announced, either that's through classes, through a remind that for the school, through Google Classroom that teachers put out announcements. I feel engaging students through ways that we know they can see it would get more people involved and get the experience that people missed out on last year.
All right. So if you were to drop soap on the floor, are you cleaning the floor or is the floor dirty, and why?
I would say that the soap itself gets dirty, but the floor gets cleaner.
I agree with Sean.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I agree as well.
And so what are some of the bigger issues that you see at school that you think should be addressed, and how will you address those issues at school?
We think like the inclusivity of the school is a problem, and of course, with the virus, like connecting, but we think if we had like not events, but like meetings with like the whole school, and if the school were to participate and we encourage them to participate more, then the school could be more inclusive and we would have more ideas that we could become more inclusive.
I think another issue that we need to really address more is the lack of representation in our student body and just generally in classes as well. We really, as a slate, we really focus that and how we're planning on being able to address this situation properly in a very well behaved manner is by not only going out and like physically talking to each class through Zoom, depending on what the situation is, since thankfully we have also been working on a plan for both situations, but we are planning on being able to go out more, talk to more people, and get more people involved, since I know for a fact that, for example, if I want to join a club and it's just majority of a certain race and I don't really see much people like me, I'd probably be afraid to join if I wasn't really outgoing. So I know that's a big issue a lot of people have, and we want to try and fix that by being the best that we can in communication and getting as many people as we can to participate more and talk to them and see if they're willing to share their experience to get more people to feel welcome. Because our main goal is to make sure that each and every single one of you feels welcomed and loved at the high school. And we are willing to go to full extents to make that happen as well.
Okay, is that all the questions the Dragon Court had?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Perfect.
Thank you, Slate 2.
What do you guys think the most pressing issue in society is today? Like the number one thing?
Wow. Pollution.
There's like so many.
There is a lot.
Yeah, I definitely think like climate change is 100% the biggest issue, because if we don't have an Earth, if we don't have like a sustainable and good Earth, like then none of the other issues will even matter. So I think that it's the most important, and I'm sure like Emma can back that up too, because she just does so much for the community and the environment in general. So
Yeah, I definitely think that the environment is really important to all of us, and there are so many important issues that need to be focused on as well, not only just pollution, but like we're the future. We kind of like need an Earth to live on. We need to make our change while we can. And I think pollution is, I mean, like it's focused on and it's talked about, but it's not like people don't educate each other on it, like on the real issues, on like how to fix it. It's just like, oh, we live in a polluted world, you know, like we have to come to solutions and try and help and inspire others to do the same. So that's just my point.
Because a lot of the time I know that there's sometimes low participation in a lot of school events. So what are your guys' plans on increasing participation?
But if you like, some of the activities that I was thinking about was like making like a senior citizen prom, like for like the senior citizens, and like kind of like that'd be so cute to like get them engaged and stuff, as well as like a clothing drive, helping the student body, like donating clothes for like the less fortunate, as well as wash events. That'd be so cool if you had like your like sports like athletes, as well as like people who do art in the drama department as well, like everyone kind of coming together to do something bigger for like not just them. And they also get to like meet other people too, you know, like I feel like you're always kind of in your own bubble, and it's nice to get out of that sometimes. And I think that's what Slate 3 has. It's like we're all different we're different, we're all in different bubbles, and we're making a bigger one. And with this one, once it pops, we're gonna be all over the school. It'll be a bigger bubble. So yeah.
Yeah, and I want to add on to that is like participation definitely just in the past couple of years has gone down significantly. And I think it's just because we are all going down different paths nowadays. And one of the reasons why I loved working with Fernie is that she just has so many of these great ideas to work with people who don't want to do sports or don't want to go to dances. There's other options. And also one of our biggest things as a Slate that we want to do is we really want to work with clubs. We want to work with Plus, which has forums about activities, and we want to work with either Earth Club to create more fun activities with Earth Club, maybe work with Dragones Latinx to create more activities that specifically target a bigger demographic. And I think that also I think it would be cool to maybe even work with teachers about getting extra credit opportunities. I know that I'm the vice president of Link Crew, and we work with the freshman teachers to get extra credit for kids who come to the activities. And I think that if we could work with elective groups or the English department or the history department or something, and I think we have those connections to really get more of an extra credit option, and then also possibly like a raffle idea. I think that kids we want to make activities where people want to come without compensation, but I also think that will add more participation to activities like this.
I was also thinking like adding on to what you said about participation and like making a bigger events for like different people to kind of all get together to do something that they love to do. And I was thinking about like an art event, right? Because I know that the art classes kind of get together at the end of the year and they have like a display of all their arts. And I was thinking like you can auction those out. I think they already do that, but also kind of like get the culinary group to like make food, like I know foods to make food during like the event, and like get people to like play instruments or like part of the arts program, or also have even like a lost and found fashion show, you know, and then you auction off the clothes at the end and like people finally find their clothes. And you know, there's just so many things we could do, and I'm just so excited to be able to like make this happen, hopefully.
Yeah, and one last quick thing, it's all about moderation too. Some people just aren't interested in participating that much, which that's totally okay. But it's also just like about like interests, like what Caroline and Fernie were both saying about like there's the art interests, sports interests. There's just, our school is so diverse that it's really hard to target everyone, and that's really a goal for all of us, is to be able to be as inclusive as possible with fun activities that kind of bring out everyone's interests.
Okay, hello, my name is Wyatt Sanders. And my question for you guys, and I'd like to hear an answer from at least two of you just to get a gauge of where you all stand. What would you, as a team, what would you say is your biggest weakness, just as a slate, and how do you intend to address it and improve it so that it is no longer a weakness?
That's a great question. Wow. I don't know. I think that many might think that because we're a group of all girls that and kind of come from a same, like, not to bring politics in it, I think we all come from a same, like, a political ideology. And I think that that brings us down, and, you know, not targeting, you know, the male demographic, or yeah, just like the male demographic. And I think that how we can address that is just, again, there's still going to be other people in the leadership class that are going to be in charge of other things. And I think that if we just really target and put out surveys to this huge demographic, specifically also the male demographic, to get different perspectives, I think that one of our biggest strengths is listening. And I think that that strength will help target that weakness.
Yeah, definitely the political ideology, and then our gender. I feel like that, like, kind of sets us apart, and could be a struggle for us. But it's definitely something that can be overcome, because we're kind of like, we consider ourselves a people slate. We're kind of just here to listen to what the students really want, because that's the job of slate. It's not to just, I mean, it is to hype the school up and have fun, but it's important to listen to, like, what each student needs and what they deserve. And we want to be able to support every student if we can, no matter physically, mentally, emotionally, however we can. So it's just, it kind of takes adaptation. I feel like it's and just understanding it. You have to be able to listen to others and understand where they're coming from, and then compromise. Compromises are my favorite thing. So those are, yeah, that's my thought.
I was gonna add on that on to Emma, we are the people slate, and it's like we bring a little bit of everything into our slate. And if I was to have anyone represent me, it would be slate 3, just because I feel like, not a throw shade or anything, but no other slate that's running against us, I feel like, represents me personally. And so I get like this, like, want to, like, fight a little bit more, because I know that, like, we could, oh my God, I'm not gonna cry. I know that we can do hella good. I know that we're, like, super cool and we got what it takes. And yeah.
Yeah, it's not our job to push our own agenda. It's our job to listen and hear what all of the students have to say, not only the kids that participate. You know, what I really am excited about, and I applaud the current slate for, is that everyone gets to vote this, or actually, I don't know. Oh, I think so. But I think everyone gets to attend convention. Everyone gets to vote for who they want at the student body as their student body, like, representatives. It's not just the kids who want to participate. So we're here to not only we're not here to push our own agenda. We're here to push everyone's agenda and hear every single voice, even if they're on completely opposite sides of how we personally feel, or the majority feels.
Yeah, and we're not here to, like, talk about what we, like, have done in the past, and, like, we're here to talk about what we're gonna do in the future for, like, everyone who's listening to this should know that we're here to help, listen, communicate, and just do our best. Like, we're also not perfect, but we're gonna give it our all regardless, because the people who I'm running alongside with, one of their biggest strengths is always having my back, and I think we're all gonna have your back now. So, team.
Mostly 3. Wow, that was truly great. Really great questions and answers. Now it's break time, so yeah, enjoy your 20 minutes. We'll be back with the lip syncs.